I have now made the decision, chat, that I must now invest in a dash cam. After this morning. This morning was very interesting for those who didn't see my tweet. Someone tried to insurance fraud brake check me this morning. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not a happy camper. I was not a happy camper. I should have known something was up, but people are just stupid. Because we were coming up to a light, and it's like a 45-mile-an-hour road. And the guy's going like 35, 40-ish in front of me, which is a little bit slow, but okay. And there's a fucking Altima that's like up my fucking ass. And I know that you can't, like, you're not supposed to pass on the right, but like, who cares in this case, right? But I needed to take a left at the next light, so I'm just fucking biting my teeth and whatever. And the light were like, you know, like the white strips, you know how there's like the white strips where you're like not supposed to change lanes in between, like the solid white lines at like at a light. We're like in that area. We're very clearly gonna clear this light, and then it turns yellow as we come up to like he is probably just crossing, like where you're supposed to stop, you know, the line. He's probably just starting to cross that as it turns yellow. I'm right behind him. We're both easily going to clear it. The guy behind me is going to clear it too. Like, we have that much time at the speed we're going. And it's raining. It's, for those who don't know, it's pouring in Boston right now. And this dude fucking locks his brakes up into the intersection. And I missed him by like this much. And the guy behind me is like, dude, like the timing was too impeccable that it wasn't a brake check. Because the guy behind me started honking as the guy hit his brakes. So, I was taught by my dad to drive like an absolute psycho. And what that means is always assume people are fucking stupid. So, instead of just hoping for the best on my brakes, which to be honest with you, the brakes on my truck are really good, I just ate the fucking, not the sidewalk. It's not a sidewalk. It's like, it's like rounded. It's kind of like a sidewalk, but it's like a pavement that's like rounded, then dirt, and then a divider, if that makes sense. It's like about this much dirt, about this much divider, or sorry, pavement, and then the big ass divider. I ate that. Like, I just went straight for it. And I was about this close from the middle divider. I had just enough room. A walking path? No, you're not supposed to. Okay, it has the ramp up of a walking path, but you're not supposed to. It's like, realistically, it's a highway. It's a highway divider. Like, you're not supposed to. How do I put this? It's not like an interstate, because the interstate's technically different. But it's like, it's a main road type of deal, not a ditch. It's illegal to walk there. You can't be walking there. It's not a sidewalk. It's a median. It's kind of like a median, yeah. It's kind of like a median. A picture? Okay, let me see. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. All right, I'm gonna paint you the picture a little bit better. All right, here we go. Copy image, paint. All right, we're MS painting this bitch. You ready? So, so this is like the divider, right? There's more space though. So instead of like this, shit. Where is it? Instead of this, I need something bigger than that. This? Nope. This? No. I can just get a bigger one. Aha. No.
I'm on fire!
Dude, this is just awful. This is just awful. This is not going well. It's going so well. Okay, you know what? I wish I could make this bigger, but okay. So right here, where this yellow would be, is actually the hump, right? It's like a small 1-inch raise So instead of a direct sidewalk, which is like an angle like this is the sidewalk, right? Like it's, instead of a cube, it's more rounded, right? It's almost like a speed bump, right? But then this area in between the barrier and the speed bump is just dirt, right? This whole area in between here is just dirt. So I fit my truck between this lane right here and this spot right here. I had probably 1.5 inches between here and my mirror. And the mirror, there's like a fence here. So it's almost touching the mirror. So the mirror's sticking out from the truck, but the fence is more towards the middle, right? So you just rolled into the middle of the highway. No, you didn't listen to the beginning of the story. You're going to have to go back later because you're not understanding. Anyways, so he brake checks me here. The other car, I'm like right here. Car behind me is 3 inches up my ass. So realistically, what they're looking for is either A, I slam into the first guy. B, I don't hit the first guy. I stop in time. Guy behind me rear ends me and accuses me of brake checking him. Or C, what they didn't expect is my psychopathic ass to swerve off the road into the fucking median. Also, before anybody asks, this wasn't an option. There was a car here. There was a car to the right. So there was no swerving to the right. There was only swerving to the left.
Thank you.
Sorry, actually, it's technically wrong. I swerved to the left, not to the right. I was doing off the image. Because there was a car on my right, there was a car in front of me, a car behind me. I could have maybe made it to the right if I had braked it, then pushed it, but it was like a last second, you know. Just plow into his ass. Yeah, but then they could have just they could have teamed up and been like, oh, you know, this guy, you know, was speeding and crashed into us, and you hit from behind. And in Massachusetts, and especially a lot of other states, if you hit someone from behind, you're pretty much at fault, you know. And then the guy behind me would say, oh, I hit him because, you know, he slammed into the car in front of him, you know, blah 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 blah, right? So it's only ever happened to me one time before, and it was like, I think I was like 19, and it happened to me one time on the highway, where I had like these two cars like literally try to do it to me on the highway. That was actually terrifying, and I will say this was not as coordinated as that time was, but definitely it's now time to get a dash cam. I mean, my truck looks brand new. I bought it in 2020, but I never drive the fucking thing, and I wash it all the time. So it looks brand new. It probably looks kind of expensive. I mean, it is kind of expensive, but that was kind of how it went down this morning. I know that's kind of a roundabout explanation, but yeah, it's been an interesting morning, to say the least. To say the literal least. It sounds like a fun place to drive. Well, I mean, it's not like it's something that happens every day, but my truck, it's not gonna go well. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't know. I probably could have stopped in time, but the guy behind me, I just was so close. I was like, nah, like something's up. I mean, there's like no proof of it, but I will say the guy in front of me sped off very quickly, and the guy behind me immediately took a right, like after that, and sped off. So it was a little, you know what I mean, a little suspicious.